Hey girl, hey, let's do this hair. Watch me put this wig back together, okay? So I made this wig 3 years ago for my 31st birthday. I went to Vegas that year and a time was had, okay? Places were beginning to open back up. It was 2021. Vegas was first on my list, okay? So I decided that for this year's transition into the fall season, I was going to run this back. Baby, listen, it's still 100 degrees out here in Texas and this is perfect. Plus, I just took those braids out and I am not trying to deal with my natural hair in this heat and humidity, okay? If you know, you know. So let's get right on into it. First things first, I washed the hair and let the hair air dry as you've seen in the previous clip. I did detach my closure from the unit itself so I can thoroughly wash the closure. And now you're just watching me sew the closure back to the unit. Alright girls, so this hair comes from AliExpress. The vendor is Ali Annabelle, and I do not remember the lengths, but I do know it's 3 bundles and a closure. The longest length might be about 20 inches, and the texture, girl, the texture is Brazilian kinky curly deep wave hair, okay? Try saying that 3 times fast. Whatever the texture is, okay, she is very bougie. She's high maintenance. She's needy. She is that girl. You cannot, I repeat, girl, you cannot be lazy with this type of hair. Baby girl, she needs all the TLC, tender love and care she can get, okay? So as you can see, I'm just stitching the closer back down to the unit, pulling the thread taut because of course we do not want to go ahead and rip the lace or the wig cap, okay? Now, the type of wig cap that I do like to use when I do make my wigs, all right, is the spandex mesh dome caps. I like them because one, they allow my natural hair as well as my scalp to still breathe underneath the unit itself, all right? We're all about that, right? Okay. And then now when I very first started making wigs back in like 2011, whew, girl, we're not gonna talk about it, okay? I did used to just use the regular spandex dome caps, but I noticed that my scalp, you know, it was just real nasty under there and I wasn't getting no air. So I went ahead and switched over to the mesh dome caps, as you can see here. All right, girls. So when I make my wigs, I like to double my wefts, ensuring that my wig is full. And since I spent my young coin, honey, I want to make sure I'm using every bit of hair, okay? Also, when you double your wefts, and not only just double your wefts, but if you double your wefts and don't cut the tracks, you reduce your chances of shedding. Now, girl, that doesn't mean your hair won't shed, okay? Let's be honest. All hair sheds at some point, okay? Especially curly hair. So as y'all can see, there's a space between the closure and the rest of the hair. Baby girl, sis, my good sis, we are not going to worry about that because I'm going to fill it in with my absolute last track of hair, and then bam, baby, we're all done. All right, sis, so another way to make sure that you reduce your chances of shedding is by going over your wefts when you sew through them, or when you sew them onto your hair, of course. Whether you're sewing them in or whether you're making them a unit, it's best to go ahead and go over your hair when you're sewing down. So the only time that I actually sew through my track is when I'm starting a new track. so as you see, we are coming to the end of the track here, and I just want to reiterate that I only sew through my weft at the beginning and of course the end. However, before I do so, as you see, I tuck it first, and then I go through the weft itself, knotting the thread, cutting it, knotting it again, and then we're done. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. As you can see, our wig is back together. We no longer have those 3 separate pieces. We're all now one, okay? One band, one sound. And this is what it looks like complete. Of course, now I just have to style it. I know it's looking real crazy, but baby, it's been 3 years, okay? Let's put it to that, all right? And we look amazing still. So as you can see, the closure is still intact. It's still full. There's no lumps, no bumps. It's just nice and wavy and curly, how it's supposed to be. I can't wait to go ahead and define these curls for y'all, okay? This is how the inside of the cap looks with the closure attached, okay? We love a nice clean stitch throughout, all right? Consistency is key, okay? Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and stay tuned for part 2 of me installing this wig, and I'ma holla at y'all later.